Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Cities in Motion 2. Remember from the last episode we completed the second city. I think it's called the West City or the Mini City or something like that. But anyway, we unlocked this one. Or I had it unlocked anyway, but we got onto this one. And I was looking at potential points for a central hub. And one of my favourite points was this plot here, under the freeway. Reasons for that: it's right next to the baseball stadium as well, so potential for popularity there. This road, is it called Garfield Street? Oh no, Garland Street. I was going to delete that. You'll see why in a minute. But yeah, good access to the freeway for express buses, and also for a monorail line that could potentially run around the loop. I'm probably doing a few spoiler alerts here, but oh well, these are my plans. And like I said, right next to the baseball stadium, and this is actually the most built up part of the city here, and then I can also expand it down to here. So that's one avenue to consider, if you'll pardon the pun. And that is probably my best option. Got good links for trams and things like that as well, and trolley lines that can run down this central line. In fact, that is a very, very good line to put a trolley bus down. And that runs right the way round to here, would you believe it? If you follow the curve, goes all the way along and then runs straight down the middle of this street into the centre of the city. So that is perfect. That has actually made my mind up as to what I'm going to do. Underneath the freeway is going to be the new central hub. So let's get to work. First thing I want to do is get rid of Garland Street. So get my mouse to work, access the bulldozer, and click, gone. To compensate for that, I'm going to build a street at some point that goes from the corner of, let's say, Brianwood Way, and meets up there with Foggy Road. So I think that'll be my first ever piece of construction in this city. Let's just connect that up. There you go. Now I want to try and be clever. I'm going to save this very quickly in case I get this wrong. I want to build a curved road that starts at this junction and then goes round the baseball stadium and joins up with that road there. But obviously I need to make sure I get it right. I'm going to have it as a pedestrianised street. So it's going to come out to here, and then it's going to curve like that, and then it's going to curve like... I can get it a bit closer than that, I think. Something like there, and then there, and then there, and then there. Yes, did it. Okay. That's just an extra pedestrian route for people to walk along, and that's also going to be, I think that's probably going to be one of the ways the trams get in and out of the hub, you know. It's not a bad option, looking at it. Then I could have a tram line that runs down into this part of the city. Ah, see? It all comes together eventually. It all comes together. I'm just trying to think of a way of looping that round, but it's a possibility. Now I'm going to build a straight line from this point here to that point there, and again it's going to be a pedestrianised street. It's going to be a straight line like so. Okay, now we can start getting busy with main roads. In fact, let's unpause this. How am I going to do this one? I want to try and do it slightly differently to what we've done before. So this pathway here is going to be for metro and potentially monorail. Now I want to have one road for buses, one road for trolleys, and one road for trams. So this is going to be the bus one. And I don't mind the bus one being curved. So I can build it out to here and then curve it round and connect it like that. I'm happy doing it like that. Or I can just curve the whole thing round like that. That's probably the best option actually. If I do it like that. That looks much nicer. And then from there, I want to have one for trolleys. can I do something similar? In fact, looking at it, I could probably delete this road. Like that. And then have something like this running in a straight line across. And then have a pedestrianised street. Connect these two up. And I want to do it sort of in the middle as best I can. Like this. Something like that. This will all make sense in a minute. I've been planning this in my head for a couple of days now, since I last did my recording session. Something like that. So that's nicely split. And now I want one for the trams. And actually I can keep pedestrianised street for trams. In fact, trams will be good here. That'll be good for trams. So yeah, I think I'm done. And now I need a road to depot. This is where life might get a bit tricky. Where can I build my depots? I don't want them too far away, but I don't think I'm going to have enough room under this bridge. Let's have a look. Bus depot. Yeah, look, nowhere near enough room under there. Unless I build it at the same level, which isn't going to happen. So, bit of rethinking. I'm happy with the roads though. I'm very happy with the roads. I think this is a very, very good hub. Let me think. If they come out... maybe up here. But I want it to be traffic management. So I think the best option is to come out this way. And up into the hills. It might sound ridiculous, but I think that's going to be our best option. Yeah, that's looking like a... I probably should have built this crescent over on this side, but I didn't really think about that at the time. I've messed up a little bit. Unless I build it further over this way. At this point I should explain my thinking so you guys are on the same wavelength as me. The central hub is very, very good. The central hub from the first city is probably my favourite out of the three. Although the one in the second city was quite successful as well, because it was in a less dense traffic area. But what I wanted to do here was have one street for metro, one street for bus, one street for trolley, one street for tram. A bit like we had with the interchange in our last city, where everything was on the same road but not on the same road, if that makes sense. So passengers had to walk a little distance. And I'm basing that a little bit on London Underground, where although stations are connected, you still have to walk a fair distance to go between trains. And it's a system that works, because pedestrian management, especially in London, is fundamental. There's a little trick that London Underground do where they put signs pointing you deliberately around the long way round, just to ease congestion. So I wanted to follow a principle a bit like that. And the best way of doing that is to keep things as separate as possible. So we've got the trolleys that come in on this road, and it's quite a main road as well. It's not the main road that I was pointing out to you guys. That, of course, is this one. But that's cool, because you can get a trolley from here onto this road and up this way, and you can also get a trolley on this road going this way. And eventually, when we come to expand our city, we can build a crescent-shaped road linking up probably with that road there, or that one there, and it opens up this part of the city as well. As well as this part. And then we'll find ways to unlock these two areas at the same time. And potentially this area. Although, I mean, this area is quite nice. We could probably have a bus coming out this way. Buses, the actual normal bus lines, we can focus around this area here. And also this little industrial area and this residential area here. In previous games when I've played this, I've actually had my hub at the end of this road, and then you go straight down like that, and it's like a spoke into a central wheel. And then I built a little extension road there, and then it curved all the way around and into the main city that way. So that's another option, and we might consider that for bus lines. But I still need to find somewhere to put my depots. You know what, I'm at an absolute loss at the moment as to where to put them. My principal option is this area, or up here, but then there's a slope, and I don't like slopes. for depots because you end up with a really ugly looking gaping hole in the front. Well, there's this little bit of green here. It needs to be wide. So I could demolish this road. Where's the exits? There and there. So I could demolish this road. And I could demolish all up here. Okay. This is going to be expensive, but it's worth doing. Something a little like this. I mean, that's cost me about £10,000 to do, but something a little like that. And then we'll demolish that road as well. We'll have this as a pathway that comes up to here. But hang on, before I do that, let's demolish all of this as well. Because I've just had a bit of an idea. Right, so the bus and the trolley meet here. If we have this as bus only, going across like that, and then have this as, hang on, let's make this 2-lane. It's not going to be bus only. It's going to be the same width as this road here, but that's quite a nice turn. And then have this as 3-lane to there, but duck underneath, and then have it rise up again to here, where we'll find our bus depot. And that encourages buildings to grow alongside this road again, which we can delete that for. So that encourages building growth along that road. And then so we'll put the bus depot in. It has to go on this side, obviously, like that. And now we will build 2 lanes going up to there, and then we'll branch pedestrian street off this way, something like that, and hopefully I should be able to fit a tram depot on the end of it. I can, but it's a little bit bent. Let me shorten this road a little bit. This is probably the most time-consuming part of starting a new city, is planning where everything goes. Once you've got this bit in, the rest is a doddle. It's an absolute doddle. But you got to get this bit right, because this affects, basically your whole budget can be based on where you build your depots. Because if you end up putting them in a really difficult place to get to, or for your vehicles to get to, then you have to buy more and more vehicles, and it becomes more and more expensive, and you end up bankrupting yourself. And I know this is expensive at the moment, but it's a hell of a lot cheaper getting it right now than getting it wrong and having to do it again. Okay, so now that's done, we can build our lines, and I know there's a bit of a kink there. That's probably going to annoy me. In fact, there's probably a way that I can straighten this up a little bit. Don't know why it's not letting me build. Here we go. So I could build that out a bit more like that. And now I can build a trolley depot at the end, except it won't let me because I've built the pathway too long. Can I just stick this on the end? Like that. That's going to annoy the hell out of me, but I really can't do much about it. Oh, that's really... I don't like that one bit. And I'm going to ignore it for now. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist. There you go, that's nice and clean, running into that bit. And then it runs clean again into this section. And now, this way turns right. There's an input coming in from this way. And this joins... See, that's kinked as well. Take a breath, Mark, take a breath. I might alter this road slightly too. That one's okay. I can live with that one. It's this one that I don't like, because it has to travel slightly to the right before coming round. So what's the difference? The difference really is the angle that it comes in from. Let me rebuild this section. So it went like that, and I'm going to bring it in at a lot sharper angle. Oh, that's even worse. Let's look at what this one does now. So it'll come out here, and it'll come onto there, which is fine. And then, look at that. That is grotesque. Why have I managed to get that one to work then? One more go. So I want it to go there, and then maybe if I straighten it a bit more. No. But then that's just hideous. I really want this to work. Okay, I could build it like that, and then I can build another bit going across. It'll have to be like that. And then I'll delete that bit. And then I'll build a final section going from there over to here. And it'll have to be that. So now this should look a lot better. It goes straight across there, and then a nice gentle curve there. In fact, I can double that one up, because I'm happy with that. And then from here, it'll have to snake inside one at this set of lights, and then it'll have to do the same thing again at this set of lights to curve back into the hub. We got the worst looking hub setup, but the rest of this looks fantastic. Build another pedestrianised street going through there to link that up. So now we've got metro and monorail should arrive on this street here, or this street, or this street. This is the input and output for the trams to the depot. The trolleys are going to take this slightly deviated route into their hub, and then the buses obviously will go into this bit. I mean, apart from that, there's not much else to do. Build the trolley wires. I'm going to have to take out a loan soon, because I know I've basically used up half my budget faffing around with this. That's got an ugly kink as well. I'm just going to have to ignore the kinks. Right, that should work. And then there's a sharp turn here, where it takes the centre road. And then it goes into... Now this is where I want it to hopefully work. It's going to go like that, but then also it's going to go like this. And I really hope this works. If not, I'm wasting my money. And then that's going to go in like that. But this one... hang on, let me... Which way around was it? I want it to come this way, don't I? Like that. This interior one crosses over like that. And then joins up in the same direction. Now what the plan is here is... There's a crossover here, depending on what line the trolley is running on. Depends on whether it goes into this red lane or this red lane, and the same for arrivals. Buses, well, it's one way regardless, so that's not important, and the trams again is one way, so it's not really that important. Right, do you know what, because I've spent all this money building this sodding tram line, let's finish it first. So we'll do the tram line first, and I think if I build another little pedestrian street, can I cut it straight through, or do I have to go down? So is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Too short? Oh. There. Right, so it's there and it's 1, 2, 3. And then comes up again. 1, 2, 3. Not enough space. Really? Is it because of this? Really? There's not enough space to build there? But there's enough space to build here. Just not there. What about if I came this way? And went 1, 2, 3. So it's this side where there's not enough space. I curve it in? Or try to curve it in? No, from there. Out this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 3. And then curve it up again. The road bends too sharply. Where? I could do it like that. Okay. I mean, that's a massive irritation. All that work just to build a bloody tram line. I suppose that'll have to do. Right. Trams. People better bloody use this tram now. I'll be very, very, very hacked off if they don't. It's going to swerve off this way. And it's going to go in a straight line all the way down here. Under the tunnel, which I've just built. And then along here. How far down? Can't turn it right there. So can I turn it right here? I can. But the turn's a bit too sharp. So I think I'm just going to have to take this to the end. And then turn it. And then come back. And I'm breaking a rule. I know I'm breaking a rule about running along the edge. But it's a tram line. There's not that greater option as to what to do. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to do it like this. There we go. That's the tram line linked up, and I'm not that happy with it, to be honest. It looks awful, but what are you gonna do? Right, first tram stop. We're gonna have to have big tram stops because this is the hub. I think one there to start with, and another one there. So they're fairly close together. These two. And they all serve the baseball stadium, obviously, and a couple of them overlap with the hub. I'm hoping I might have a little connection service going on. It should work out though. It should be fine. Right, we'll have 2 stops, one there and one there. This is a very metro-y style tram. Metro is in English metro, not US metro. I don't even know if US have metros, thinking about it. Or Paris metro. It's nothing like that. It's not an underground line or anything like that. It's like Manchester. If anyone here from Manchester, their metro link, you'll know what I mean. Trams, basically. It's trams. It's just a tram. Right. So this follows this road. So I'll have a stop there, and then we'll do the opposite there. And then we'll do one here, and the opposite there. There's not that much scope for difference between them. We'll have the last one there. It's a really crap line. I've done this so badly. I'd love it if it became my most profitable line, but I highly doubt it right now. I'm going to get some small trams to run on this one. I think that style. 10 of them. And we're going to build our first tram line, which excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat today. Don't know why. It's going to be the Crimson line. I don't know anyone called Crimson, and I do know someone called Scarlet, which is why I'm not going to name it after them. I hate doing this as well. Rush hour. I think we should do 6:30 to 9:30. With one every hour. And then evening rush should be 4:30 to what, 3 hours after that, which is 7:30, and again 1 every hour. And then weekday, so that starts at 4:30 and that stops at 9:30, so 10 till 4. 10 until 4, which is 1600, and 1 every 2 hours. I mean, it's even numbers, so that should be right. There should be 3 during that time. And then night time, so that ends at 7:30 and that starts at 6:30, so 8 till 6. So that's 6, so this should be 8. And that's 10 hours, so once every 2.5 hours should be enough for that. And weekends we'll do 6 till 10 or 11. Should we do 11? Let's do midnight, because I'd like to take mass transit home sometimes, but I don't trust myself. And every 3 hours that should be right for weekends. And then night time we've got sorted. And because this is a crappy line, we want small vehicles only, because in case we buy large vehicles as well, we don't want them running on the Crimson line. We only want the small vehicles because we've got such a crap amount of tight curves. Right, we'll plot out this line and then we'll sort out ticket prices, and then I think we'll call this one an episode, guys. It's not been our best start to a city. I still think the first city you get on this game is the best city. It's the easiest, it's the most built up, so it's very, very easy to build tram lines. It's got huge avenues that you can use. It's fantastic for water buses as well if you get them right. Just everything about it is easy. Okay, that's that completed and rounded off. Do I need traffic lights here? I probably should, just for vehicle control. Controls the flow. Don't need that building there, get rid of that. But I don't really... Oh, those buildings are connected to that road, so that's fine. That one isn't though. Don't even know what that is. It's a shed. Fountain. Got building connected there. People can actually drive their cars down here if they wanted to, but I don't think they will. Right, quick look at the finances panel as well. We're going to lower all these prices to 5, 50, 50, 50, 50, oops, 50, 50. We're going to up this one to... No, we're not going to up that one. We're going to down that one to 2, but we're going to up this one to 3 and 85, and we're going to up that to 450 and 130. Now we're going to do... In fact, I'm going to do staff wages off camera, because this one's gone on for way too long. I'm going to end this episode here, guys, so thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support, and until next time, I will see you soon.